So what are the three key takeaways to attending the APS class, especially the immersive APS class? So I think the first one is that fundamental understanding of the underlying principles of Scrum and the theory and practices that make it up, right? That's kind of key. But I guess a double advantage to that of the immersive class is that you can augment that story with how you're actually implementing it within your organization, right? So you can, although Martin's going to say this is how a product owner works, that's in a box. Here's the definition of product owner from Scrum. You're then perhaps going to go try some of those things inside of your organization, and you're going to be like, oh, well, this bit sucks and that bit sucks and we can't do this bit and the organization says we're not allowed to do that. And then you can come back and we can tweak it, right? There's not one way to do Scrum. You can tweak it to figure out how it is that it can be most effective within the context of your organization. So that's really the first one, that empirical understanding of the underlying principles of Scrum and how they work. The second one is probably that bit at the end, the getting started, right? The getting rid of the Klingons that have come into your process, or scraping the Klingons off the starboard bow, if anybody remembers that. I'm maybe too old. That's what it is. I'm maybe too old. But the getting started, right? Lots of teams really struggle. We understand this Scrum thing now. Like, what do I do? What's next? And the advantage in the immersive class is that's happening continuously throughout the class, right? Rather than you having a 2 full day, or here's a week of training, and then Monday we're doing something different and we don't know where to start. You get introduced to a little piece at a time. Try it within your organization, little piece at a time. Try it. Try it. Little piece. So that's probably the second key takeaway. Man, what's the third one? The third superpower. Probably learning what is not Scrum, right? That I mentioned, like, the Klingons, the things that are built up in our process, but there's also not just institutional knowledge within our organization, but institutional knowledge within our industry of what people think Scrum is. So you'll have people who have done Scrum at other organizations that also bring their Klingons and barnacles, right, to the story. And when you mush that all together, you end up with something that perhaps doesn't look like Scrum at all, doesn't have any empiricism, doesn't close any feedback loops, doesn't have working product at the end of every iteration. And that's fairly common, right? So being able to clearly understand what is and is not Scrum, so that you can choose the not, even if you're doing the core, right? And I think that's a huge key takeaway for the APS class. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please like, follow, and subscribe. I always reply to comments, and if you want to have a chat about this or anything else Agile, Scrum, or DevOps, then please book a coffee with me through NKD Agility.